Hello, fellow Geeksters, and welcome to Pardon, My Geek Podcast.
Welcome back to Pardon, My Geek Podcast, where nerd culture is taken seriously, not seriously at all. That is my co-host Joe, and I am Quinn Hogan. Say hi, Joe.
That's me. Hi.
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 How
Welcome.
have you been, man?
I've been pretty good, Life's been kind of normal lately, and we just had Mother's Day this weekend, so
Yeah.
that was really nice and fun to
Did you have a
celebrate
good-
our moms.
Did you have a good breakfast or dinner with your mother?
We had it was more like a day. We definitely had a day adventure with my mom, so it was really nice. We went to church on Sunday, and then we went and got some delicious Mexican food afterwards, and then we went and saw a movie, which you guys will be able to watch my first reactions on, because we went and watched The Devil Wears Prada 2. So I didn't have to go see that as well, so I got taken to go see that, which was very exciting, and I have thoughts about that. Go watch that on our Instagram. And then we came home, and me and my siblings cooked dinner for her. It was
Nice.
very nice.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
I'm glad. Yeah, I forgot it landed on Sunday. So,
Yeah,
yeah. Is that always Mother's Day, or is that just this year?
it's always a Sunday.
Okay, it's always
Mother's Day
Sunday.
is always a Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I didn't know it was happening until literally like the 2 days before. I got a text by my sister-in-law. She was like, "Hey Quinn, me and Connor, my brother, we're gonna be heading over for Mother's Day. Would you like to come over with us?" And I was like, "Wait, Mother's Day is Sunday?" So
Wait, what's happening?
wait, what's
Sunday?
happening? yeah. So my Sunday was an over and back trip to Bend and then back to Corvallis. Just kind of spending a couple hours with my mom and dad. We ate like a brunch, and then we just kind of talked and hung out. My family doesn't like to do big things 'cause everywhere is so busy that it's just like it's more stressful than nice to go out and like try and eat somewhere and try and do things. So
I can
We like-
relate. See
Yeah.
that.
So we like to just stay inside and hang out. Me and my brother
Yeah.
are over here in Corvallis, so she doesn't get to see us too often. So just us being there, I think, is a present.
No, yeah, and I can totally see why you guys don't want to go out. The movies were packed. Like, it was a packed theater, and it was, it was a smaller theater. They didn't
Yeah.
have the big ones available for Devil. But, like, we had to sit all the way at the top because those were the only open seats that we could fit, because every seat was pretty much filled besides the first two rows, which rarely get filled.
Because
So,
the first 2 rows suck.
yeah, they do. So it was good to see for the movie, and we were up in the back corner, so it didn't feel like we were crowded or squished between people. So it was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I'm glad.
If you can't tell, audience, by the way I'm speaking, I have a terrible canker sore on the back of my tongue, and so it's making me talk funny and sound weird. If you are wondering, and I know Quinn was as well.
They're trying to prevent rubbing on it. I get it.
Well, yeah, and it's just, and anybody who has like toothaches or like gets their wisdom teeth pulled, like for the next couple weeks, your mouth just adjusts to speaking without causing the pain.
Yeah, causing the pain, not used to having space or lack of space in your mouth
Yeah.
that was like once there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It adapts to not cause pain because your mouth is one of the most sensitive places of your body.
So
Or
we're
at
able
least
to
your
eat.
tongue is.
We're able to eat with it. I could say some other
So,
things, but I'm not going to.
If you, the audience, were wondering why I sound like I have a lisp or something, or I am speaking terribly, that is why. So lay off, or I'll have the editor find you and, well, I don't know what the editor will do. He's kind of creepy.
He's very good at finding people when we don't ask questions.
We don't ask questions. He finds people, and eventually they watch our podcast, and maybe that's why we have some views. He's forcing them to watch.
Yeah, maybe he's just a nice, gentle talking to. Like, hey man, that wasn't very nice, you know.
Well, I don't even know where his mouth is. Okay, so we don't really know a lot about this editor.
Joe found him on Fiverr.
Hey, lay off Fiverr. I'm trying to get set up on there so I can get hired. Okay. Update on your life, Quinn.
Well, other than Sunday, I have been stressing out over end of year and finals and midterms, and everything is happening all at once. So, yeah, I had some finals 2 weeks ago, and then last week we had some projects that I needed to work on. This week I have projects. Next week is midterms, and the week after that should be a free week, and then dead week, and then finals. So I think in the next about 4 weeks I have one just kind of chill week.
Dang.
Yeah.
Sorry. That sounds very stressful.
So, if I seem distracted or stressed, or Joe, if I seem this is more to Joe. If I seem unresponsive to the text messages, that is why.
That is why.
I'm dealing with it the best I can.
We wish you the best of luck, and we give you some support. So
Yeesh.
you shall take that and rally on, my friend.
Summer is 4 weeks away.
It's coming up. It's coming up.
up.
It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like summer's coming up, but it is.
Yeah.
It seems like time flew since March, really.
Yeah, it's our bodies have been on such overdrive trying to get things ready. For me, it's just school. You is trying to get into schools. That's just like every weeks have gone by so fast.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah. How is your school search going, by the way?
Good. I finally got in contact with the guy down at Arizona State, and we've been exchanging emails here and there, just
Nice.
about school stuff. And it sounds like he's gonna send me over some, some files or stuff to look over for tuition and other stuff and classes and stuff. So hopefully, I'll be able to start soon. I'm hoping to get into the summer term program if they have classes for me, so then I can do that during the summer. You know,
Yeah.
I just need to hop on the bandwagon and keep going. There's no break for me. My break was since I graduated to now. Like, that was my break. Even though I've been like crazy busy, that was my break. That was it.
It's a pretty decent sized break, but like you said, you've been busy with other things outside of school.
Yeah, it's really worked out in some cases of where like I haven't had school, so then but then I've also been filled with other opportunities and had to do other stuff, and so it's really worked out for the better.
Yeah.
Not me not having school right now, but there's definitely been some days where it's like I want to be doing school here now. Please let me in school.
Let me in. Let me in.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all know the meme.
We all know the meme.
Right.
If you're watching us, you know memes.
Yes, you know. We are the memes.
Oh, I didn't mean like that.
Oh,
I just mean that if you're watching us, you
editor,
probably
don't
like
make
us.
us memes. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, everybody watching is also a geek.
Editor, don't exploit us. Don't make us exploitables.
Ooh, that's too late for that. Our faces are on the internet. Let's move on, shall we? Unless you got anything more.
I'm good there.
Beautiful. Well, then let's move on to trailers.
Yes.
This week we have 2. Because we didn't do this one last week, we have Resident Evil by Zach Kreger, hot off coming from Weapons, which is a great horror movie. If
And
you
also-
are interested into that movie.
Also director of Barbarian, which
Yes.
was also pretty good.
The first half, great. Second half,
Did not like the second half.
nah. No, I did not. I did not. But you may have a different opinion. But this is really cool that they're promoting this Resident Evil movie with the name Resident Evil and the director Zach Cregger because just of his success with Weapons last year. And it's really cool to see that other than like those top directors where you can get away with promoting the movies with the director's name, like Denis Villeneuve with Dune and Christopher Nolan with all of his movies. Like those are
with Christopher Nolan.
Those are the director names that you can get enticed into the movie, and so it's really cool to see new up and coming directors also getting into the field and getting the recognition that they deserve. So, yeah. Resident Evil. We kind of talked about this earlier when CinemaCon was announcing it, but
briefly
we didn't have a trailer, and now we have the trailer that was shown at CinemaCon, so we got to see what they were seeing. So, Quinn, give me your thoughts, opinions, and tell me what you think this movie is going to be about.
So, it's clearly a very spooky zombie movie, right? But I don't see why it's Resident Evil. Because Resident Evil has very, very specific DNA to it. With characters or general themes. And while we can't really get into themes this early on, well, we can get into general themes early on of like eco-terrorism or profiting off of like the themes of Resident Evil, eco-terrorism, profiting off of other suffering, those type of things. With the trailer, the fact that there's been no hints at Umbrella, there's been no hints at Raccoon, there's been no hints of Leon, Chris, Ada, Jill. Like, it doesn't have much Resident Evil DNA other than zombies, but there's so many other franchises that does zombies. You could slap any of their names on it and it just be that film, right? Like, I was reading some comments and I agree. This trailer feels more like a Evil Dead trailer than a Resident Evil trailer, with how like the scene where like the character was like reaching, or like the zombies reaching through the doorway and like had their legs through the doorway and everything. That felt more Evil Dead than Resident Evil. So, yeah, of course this is just the first trailer. This didn't show.
Well, it's a teaser.
It's
not
a
even a trailer. It's a teaser.
Yeah, so it's like all that could be fixed in future trailers, but right now this first trailer didn't really give much hope. That is what fans of the Resident Evil franchise wants. That isn't to be mistaken though. I don't disagree. In fact, I actually like that the main characters aren't Leon, Chris, or Ada, or Jill. I like that it's another person. It feels very like Resident Evil 7 and 8, where the main character was Ethan Winters. However, in Resident Evil 7 and 8, it was still connected to the rest of the series with Chris and with those hints of the main evil bad guy of the first movie, whose name I forgot. So, yeah. It doesn't get much hope, but also it's a teaser. So when more trailers comes, then it will hopefully give more hope.
Yes. So I have a quote here from an interview with Zach Cregger talking about this movie.
Yes.
Saying that this movie will take place in concurrent with Resident Evil 2 and 3, which is the infamous Raccoon City storyline. So this will take place either on the outskirts of Raccoon City or maybe cross through it. But so that's what he's teasing about. And there is a cityscape and like some shots of him going through a city. So I'm pretty sure, not 100%, but 99% sure that's Raccoon City, because that is where the zombies are. But he also said that this more adheres to the tone of 4, Resident Evil 4. So,
okay. Didn't really get that from the trailers.
No, you don't get that from the trailers. Which is why I wanted to tell you the quote.
Right.
And this is him talking about the movie from like last year, and introducing it when the title was revealed and revealed that he had been working on this, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've been working on this movie," and then he said some things. Let's see it, and he also says, "It is obedient to the lore of the games. It's just a different story."
Okay.
I'm not going to tell Leon's story because Leon's story is told in the games.
Exactly.
Fans already have that.
Yeah.
It's an understandable and bold choice for me, but I think it's one that I'm willing to take.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it works to the movie's favor not to tell the story of one of the big characters. I wish they gave us that little bit of nugget that he mentioned in the trailer, like maybe a sign that said Raccoon City, or maybe some mention of the police station falling apart, or if it's trying to be in line with the feel of Resi 4, give us a one-liner. Like, give us the main character making, like, some dumb joke about the phone dying, you know? Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know. His words give me hope, but the trailer didn't.
If you don't know the little synopsis from our previous couple episodes, we did go over, but the movie is titled Resident Evil, who will follow Brian, Austin Abrams, a medical courier who unwillingly finds himself in an action-packed, non-stop race for survival as one fateful, horrifying night collapses around him in chaos. That is the official synopsis. So, Quinn, you're our Resident Evil expert for sure. Yes. But what does this movie need to include for it to appease, for it to excite, or really just have the Resident Evil fans really accept it as a movie? Because this movie is getting a lot of buzz from everybody who doesn't know Resident Evil, and people are getting interested in the story, which I think is the goal with a movie like this, to get people interested in the IP of Resident Evil. Then they go play the games, then they go watch all the interesting movies from 2002 to 2016 that are terrible. Don't watch them.
They're awful.
And the motion capture TV shows that have been going on since 2002 as well, like they're like game cutscenes, but there are a lot of them, and some of them are decent. But that is the reason for movies like this, and especially movies that are going off in a different direction, but it's still adhering to the same lore of the games. Zach Krager has said that himself. Yeah. So what needs to be included in this movie for it to really appease to the fans?
So Resident Evil 2, this is, I believe, Umbrella is still going. So we need to see a road sign about it being in Raccoon City. We need, maybe he's hired by Umbrella, or maybe he's sending his medicine to Umbrella. If you don't know, Umbrella Corporation is the company that started the zombie virus. They're the ones that caused Raccoon City to be the ground zero of the zombie virus. I think it's called the type T? No.
The T virus?
The T virus. Yeah, the T virus. T Veronica virus.
See, I know things.
He knows things. Maybe he gets like I don't know. Maybe he needs to hand deliver something to Oswald Spencer, who is the founder of Umbrella and the person who started the zombie virus. Right? Like, you don't need to bring in Leon or Chris for it to be Resident Evil. You just need to have it more than just zombies, right? Like, cement it firmly in Raccoon City, make him hired by Umbrella, right? Talk about Oswald Spencer and his, I forget what he was pharmaceutical, that's right. So like talk about his medicine that's saving lives, and how it's how he's some genius or something. Like you don't need the characters like visually on screen, but you need more than just the zombies, and the trailer only gave the zombies. Resident Evil is about more than just the zombies. So that's what I'm hoping for, is those little nods and teases to the rest of the universe happening, of course, focus on this new guy. Again, it's an Ethan Winters situation from Resident Evil 7 and 8. He was completely new to the series at the time of those games, and people loved him. Not going to spoil anything. People loved him because he was in the universe, squarely in the universe, but he was fresh. Make this the same thing where make Brian new to the universe, but make it in the universe. So, yeah. I'll stop ranting now, but yeah.
No, it's perfect. That's kind of what I wanted you to do, is just to explain, like, what makes Resident Evil, what makes it super interesting, what makes it different from anything different, any other IP, any other zombie IP, what makes Resident Evil stand out as, like, the monster horde gang.
Maybe make Spencer hold the T-virus or something. Like, he has a sample of the T-virus and that's what he's delivering to wherever he's going. I don't know. I don't know if that'd fully fit in the lore, but it's something. It's something.
It's something. We do see that big, giant guy in the basement or something.
Right? That, I don't
big
remember
bloated guy.
I think that's... I don't remember what that's from. I think that's from Resident Evil, but I can't remember.
He almost looks like the guy from Dune.
Oh, yeah, the Duke
Harkonnen.
or whatever. The Harkonnen, yeah.
Just, like, sitting there. He's like, whoa. It's like, okay, buddy.
Sorry, give me a second.
You sit there.
Right, like, he didn't move, he didn't say anything, he just kind of sat there. So it was like, I'm curious to see where that goes.
Who knows? But I am pumped. It looks fun. It should be an exciting movie. It should be different.
It should be spooky.
It's way different. It's different than the 2002 to 16 run of Resident Evil movies with the original character Alice, which were terrible and should have never been made. But, so, it's different. We shall see.
Yeah.
It's Zach Kroger. I have faith in him.
Sorry, I'm still getting hung up on this. Similar vibe to Resi 4. What?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Show it! Please! Resi 4 was funny. It was corny. Show it.
It's a teaser. It's a teaser. I bet as we get closer to September, which is when it's going to be releasing, it's middle of September, I think that's planned so that it can get out in theaters and then maybe out on digital for Halloween for people who don't make it to the theaters, because that's the only reason I can see a spooky movie like that
being released this early.
When you have the Halloween slot open to move it up to September. So I think he was trying to get that middle ground of, like, end of September going into fall spooky vibes, but also wanting it to be in theaters long enough so that he can get out on digital for everybody to watch it at home for Halloween.
Yeah. I mean, I know if the reviews are good, I know I'm going to watch it for Halloween.
Oh, yeah. We'll probably watch it just because it's a big IP and we're both Resident Evil fans. One more than the other. But
I love the Resi games. I fell in love after I watched a playthrough of Requiem. I went through, like, an entire binge of, like, watching all the old games and reading the lore and everything.
This is what Quinn does in his free time while he's not studying. He puts on YouTube videos and just watches
lore
playthrough after playthrough
and playthroughs
of the Resi games.
They're so good.
Can't complain.
The remakes are so good.
Let's move on to our second trailer of the day. A big one. I think this is going to be one of the biggest blockbusters of the summer.
Yeah.
It's going to have some hard competition. Quinn.
Yes.
What did you think of the Odyssey trailer 2? We definitely got a lot more shots. Story in the trailer and what's going to be happening, and we definitely got introduced to Robert Pattinson's character.
Yes. Who I don't know.
He looks awesome.
Who he's supposed to be. Give me a second. Pattinson is supposed to be Antinous. Yeah,
Yep.
Antinous. We'll go with that.
No, I believe that's right. I'm looking at my notes.
Yeah, I mean that's how it's spelled. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced because it's Greek.
Mm-hmm.
Antinous of Ithaca.
Yes, because he's trying to steal
Steal
Odysseus' wife.
yeah, from Odysseus while he's gone on the Odyssey.
Yeah, because he's king of Ithaca.
So, the trailer.
Yes, tell me your thoughts and
There-
takeaways from the trailer. You said you had some opinions.
Yes.
Please indulge the audience on your opinions.
There were some things that were really good. I think the Cyclops looked really good. I think. Give me a second. Odyssey.
What do you need to know?
The Whirlpool monster. Charybdis. That's right. I think Charybdis
yeah.
looked cool. I can't wait to see their full design since Charybdis is more than just the Whirlpool. There's actually a monster underneath, so can't wait to see
Right.
Charybdis' design. But then there was a couple things that made me a little worried. Armor, for one. If you've seen any sort of people talking about this movie, you've probably seen people complain about the armor and how it's anachronistic and how the general looks of the characters are a bit anachronistic. Full plate was not very common in ancient Greece, if at all. You'd more see, not kilts, but more looser flowing leg armor than just full plate like some of the characters are wearing. There's some dialogue that was a little weird. Tom Holland saying dad instead of father. It's very small, but it kind of takes you out of it. So there's some things that's like, oh, it's really good. It looks great. And then there are some things where it's like, ooh, that's rough. That doesn't look right. That doesn't sound right. It feels like a Hamilton thing, like Hamilton the musical,
Right.
trying to put rap in 1780s. Like it feels like that, where it's like, oh, let's tell the story of Odysseus, but let's, mess around with the timeline so we can try and better tell the story. But they're not doing it well. I don't know how to explain it. It feels wrong. It feels off. And so this trailer kind of made me. I'll admit, it made me a little happy that you took Odyssey for your draft and not me, because I saw this, I was like, this doesn't look right. I don't know how best to explain it. It just doesn't feel like it's gonna be good.
That's fine. No. And I can tell you, you are not the only person in that boat. There are a lot of people who are complaining about those little things in the movie. And what I have to say to you and everybody else who was doubting on that movie, it's fictional. This is a story. This is a poetic story that didn't actually happen, that was passed down. And while, yes, it did take place in the era of Greece and stuff, this is a story. It's not a historical thing. I think Christopher Nolan is leaning into that more than I think people are realizing. And I think people just needed to be reminded that this actually didn't happen. I saw a lot of people saying, like, this isn't like historically accurate. I'm laughing because no, it's not historically accurate. While there was a war, Odysseus didn't actually run into a Cyclops coming home. He didn't actually anger Poseidon and meet Polyphemus or meet up with sirens. That this was a fictional story passed down with campfires. That this was exactly what they had back in time when they didn't have movies. That they had stories. They had poems. They had stuff like this to play with them. So, while yes, I agree with a lot of the things not being era appropriate or era correct, including the armor and some of the language, I mean, it is a story. This did actually happen. It's different from like Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, which did happen. All those things were true, and it was a very, very good story, and almost, I'm pretty sure I read somewhere it was like 97% correct, and that some of the other dialogues weren't confirmed, but they were rumored, and that's what was that small percentage. Whereas like the Odyssey is a book, it's a story, which is different from what Nolan has done before. I guess you could compare it with like the Batman. I mean, the Batman's fictional. Love the Batman. Dark Knight trilogy, the greatest trilogy of superhero trilogies, but it's a story.
Yeah.
It's a story. Do we really believe that a man can, own a giant flying ship that shoots out his motorcycle hovering over the city? Like, no. Like, when that happens, I feel like everybody will have jetpacks and it'll be fine. But it's a fictional story, and I just wanted to say that the Odyssey is a fictional story. While it takes place in a very specific era, it's fictional.
Sure. You could argue that because it's fictional, you can ignore some of the achronicities. Words are hard. But
no, that sounds right.
That's like saying, John Henry, the folklore of the man who died from exhaustion after trying to fight against a machine. Do you know this one? It's a classic folk story. It's like 1870s. There's a man who was working on the railroad, and there's a machine, and he was trying to prove that humans can be better than machines. So he built the railroad faster, but at the end of it, he passed away. It was like saying this 1870s story of John Henry fighting the machine, all of a sudden peddled out 2 AK-47s and started blasting through the mountains to make the railroad. It's like, yeah, it's fiction, but you also still have to follow the rules of the time that was set. And the Odyssey, while yes, was known to be fiction by the people of Greece, still followed many of their beliefs of the time, such as the beliefs in the gods, the beliefs of, those myths not taking place, but believe that those myths held some nugget of truth to them. So they have to be chronistic. They have to make sense for the time frame, because they weren't just fiction to the people of ancient Greece. They held some truth. So, yes, in our modern day American mindset, you can look and be like, oh, of course those are fiction. Of course that's fake. Of course, the Cyclops isn't real. Of course Penelope never existed. To the ancient Greeks at the time, the Cyclops might have existed. Penelope and the rest of the gods and goddesses might have existed. So they held some truth to these old legends that needs to be respected. And the way to respect that is to keep it chronistic with the time. That's my thoughts, my little double advocacy in this sense.
No, that was good. Yeah, and I didn't completely bash your idea. And while I said yes, it needs to be era appropriate and stuff, but I also saw something where someone said that while if you tried to make it fully era appropriate, the armor would look dull and not how'd they put it, not, I don't want to say worthy for the big screen, but not Christopher Nolan-esque, whereas they wanted armor to fully appeal and to imagine it how he thought it would look like if they could really make this armor as cool as possible or something like that.
Ancient Greek armor was gorgeous. I don't believe that for a second.
I'm just telling you what I heard. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm just...
No offense, Joe. I'm calling bullshit on that. Ancient Greek armor was gorgeous and decorative because it was a symbol of status. If you were a Greek and Roman soldier, you weren't just some guy who can pick up a sword. You were that was your place in the hierarchy. Being a soldier wasn't just like a soldier is nowadays. You held status as a soldier in ancient times. So your armor was beautiful. It was a an expression of your status. So it was beautiful. It was decorated. It was bright and glowing. Like, yeah, I don't know.
There you go. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. Christopher Nolan is a bag of tools.
I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying that he's made some choices in this movie that I don't entirely agree with.
There you go.
But then again,
And-
I'm not a director, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it turns out. I still have faith in it. I hope it makes me lots of money for my box office draft and
I mean,
stuff. And
here's the thing: it's a Christopher Nolan movie. It's gonna make a bunch of money, even if it's
gonna
not
make a
entirely great.
bunch of money.
Even if it comes out, it's like, ooh, this is not a great movie. It's still Christopher Nolan. It's still gonna make a crap ton of movie,
Yeah.
crap ton of money. Sorry.
So, speaking of our draft, I did want to go over
Ooh.
some totals just to see who's really in the lead right now.
Yes.
Just, eyeballing it. We're not actually going to add it up, but we're just going to, eyeball it and stuff. And we're
Here's
going
the
to see
thing.
where everybody lies.
A couple of your heavy hitters have not come out yet, so
No.
even if you're ahead, that's a bad spot for me. If you're under, you still have a couple of movies that's gonna make or break it.
So, starting with mine.
Yep.
I had Super Mario Galaxy as one of my picks, which has crossed 900 million worldwide. And it
Why?
is still in theaters, still earning money.
Yep.
Now, your movie, Project Hail Mary,
Hail Mary,
has
Hail Mary.
reached 656 million.
Still an impressive amount, but
Pretty
not
good.
not quite that level.
No. Let's see. Going just down the list. Michael, that was yours,
That's mine.
has crossed 584 million.
Okay.
So
So
you're
if-
in the billion era right now.
Yeah. So with my two movies, I beat your one.
Yes. And let's see. Your other wild card,
The
the
drama.
drama, has got 123 million.
That's better than I thought I was gonna get. Not great, but it's better than I thought.
I think you should have took Devil Wears Prada 2 because in its first 2 weekends it has already crossed 435 million.
Damn. Yeah, the reason I didn't take it because I didn't recognize it. I didn't realize it was such a big IP or such a big series.
I should have realized it too. I was like, wow, that movie's making money.
Yeah.
Like money.
But you have
So-
one more movie that you need to talk about.
What is my
Your poison pick.
My poison pick. I don't think it's even on my list. I
They-
gotta,
they will kill
scroll
you.
Down. Still scrolling.
Oh, no. I got you. I can I can tell you the numbers.
They will kill you. 19 million.
19 million.
Ugh. I lost to the Billie Eilish Hit Me Hard tour in theaters. Ouch. I lost to The Bride. That's sad. Because The Bride was terrible.
This part was awful.
The Bride
So-
was awful.
So now I have two more heavy hitters left to come, and you have 4 left.
Yes, please. Remind us what your heavy hitters are and remind me what my heavy hitter is.
So
Just
my,
remind us the rest of this.
my
lists.
2 heavy hitters, my 2 that are remaining, Disclosure Day, coming out mid-June, about a month
Mid-June.
actually at this point. I
Yeah,
think it's June 13th.
it's a month away.
And then Dune 3 coming out, I believe my birthday or around my birthday, December 17th, 16th, 18th, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What was that other one? It was Masters, right?
Oh, yes, sorry, third one, Masters of the Universe. Dune's December 18th, and then Masters of the Universe, the 2026 film, is coming out June 5th, so less than a month.
Yes. So you got two big ones coming out in June, and then your only Hail Mary is Dune 3,
Coming
which
out
may
the
be
year.
a steal. That may
Yeah.
be the steal.
Um,
So, well done.
and
then remind...
your Final Four, which, God. Yeah, gloat all you want.
No, I'm not gloating at all.
Spider-Man Brand New Day snuck it out from underneath me.
Comes out in July,
It comes out in July.
right
Avengers-
after the Odyssey.
Avengers Doomsday coming out in December.
Also comes out Dune on the Dune Day.
It comes out
So,
on Dune.
we shall see.
And then Mandalorian and Grogu, which is coming out fairly soon.
Comes
And-
out next weekend. I'm so excited.
Yep. I know a lot of people who are. I didn't realize so many people would be so excited when I saw it on the list of upcoming movies.
Oh, when it's coming up. Oh, I'm so excited. May 22nd. For everybody who's watching, I already have my tickets, so you go get yours.
Yeah. So, not gonna call it early. No point.
No, we are not. We're not.
But also, I think that you might have some of the. I think you might take it home.
Nailed it. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, sheesh. Look at the seats already taken for the Mandalorian Grogu,
Gosh.
and we're like not even a week out yet.
Enjoy, friend. I know you've been waiting for this movie for a long time.
Oh, I'm so excited to go back to the theaters and watch a Star Wars movie, let alone Mandalorian. Now, season 3, iffy. Season 1, 2, peak. And then I'll talk about the newest Star Wars show later today because I have some praise for that animated show.
Which one? Oh, yes, Maul.
Maul, Shadow Lord. Have you seen that one?
Not yet.
No? Okay.
Uh,
We'll talk about it soon, but right now we're going to take a quick little break just
Yes.
to reset everything and for my cameras and stuff. And we're going to come back with a new game called Real or Fake News, unless we come up with
Yes.
a better title in between. But it will include nerdy news, but in a fun game. So
Yes.
we will be back in a second.
Nerdy news, just a little nerdy news. Hey! Fun and quirky, smart and smooth. Nerdy news.
Oh, welcome back from the break. We've got a fun game for you, Joe. Why don't you describe it, since this was kind of your idea?
Yeah. So, well, actually, it was really fun. We came up with this idea quite a while ago, and when I proposed it to Quinn, he was very intrigued because it sounds
Yes.
like he loves the real versus fake kind of stuff. So, this game, to also include with our geeky news and the game today, is called Real or Fake. So I have a list of 10 news topics, sentences, and stuff that I have gathered from the past 1 or 2 weeks.
Couple
And
weeks.
yeah, and I have mixed in with real and fake news, but all the fake news is derived from real news, and I just have maybe changed a word or two, or have completely bluffed. Maybe some are easier than the others, but then some are going to be a lot harder for Quinn because I know that he doesn't keep up with a lot of this stuff, and so this is going to be very entertaining for me to see what he thinks is real and what's fake.
As I
but-
said, this is a great chance for you to point and laugh at some points.
This is your chance, viewers, to look at Quinn, and sorry, I'm a download exposure is really bright. To look at Quinn and laugh because he is a geek on Pardon My Geek podcast, and he doesn't know a lot of this stuff. We keep him on for his handsome face.
I'm
Yep.
a gaming geek. I know.
He's
it.
a gaming geek, which is also included in geek and what. If you skipped ahead, how dare you? But if you're watching this episode, you just heard us talk about Resident Evil and deep dive, and as you just saw, he is our Resident Evil master, and he informed us all on what he thought of the movie. So, real or fake? What's going to happen is that this is going to be a point system. There is 20 possible points to earn from these 10 prompts. He gets 2 points if he gets the real news. He gets 1 point if he points it out that it's fake, and then he gets a possible bonus point if he can guess the real news from that fake news. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to read it off, and then Quinn is going to have to either just jumble in his brain, try to talk to me about it and see what he can get out of me, or just pull from his brain what he remembers stuff. He is not allowed to research anything. He's not allowed to search up anything. He can ask me to search up things, and then I can decide if I give him that information, but more than likely I will not, because I am evil, and I love this game.
You're an unreliable narrator. So
I am Mastermind, Game Master here. But what's going to happen is that if Quinn gets a total of 15 points, there's a possible of 20. He is going to be first pick for the next game. Next game will be whatever we decide, more than likely a draft, but he will get the first pick, and that's how we will decide. If he doesn't get over or at 15 points, I get the first pick. And if it's starting to become really hard for him, it shouldn't be, but if it is, we can change it, because again, like I said, I'm the game master.
we invented this game. Shut up.
We did. We just came up with it. Copyright. Pardon my geek. J Short Protections. Whatever. Trademark R T. I don't know. I'm spouting nonsense.
He's vamping.
C-A. Oh, okay.
Oh, what was it? Nope, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Nope, we're not going.
Nope. Something I learned in drama class doesn't matter.
Okay, we are gonna get started here.
Yes.
With the first prompt. So, you ready, Quinn?
I'm as ready as I can be.
Here we go. Ahsoka Season 2 has been moved up to late 2026, and a trailer will drop very soon, as announced from Rosario Dawson at Disney Enterprise Conference.
Okay, so moved up to what was it again?
Late 2026.
Late 2026. Thought is that maybe that they are hoping to, without, it could be that they've seen how excited people are for Mando and Grogu, and they're trying to possibly, what's the term? What's the word? I know what I'm trying to say. That's what matters.
We know too.
They're trying to ride the popularity from Mando and Grogu, so they're probably hoping
the
hype from Mando and Grogu, and they're hoping that pushes more people to get Disney Plus subscriptions so that they watch the Ahsoka show. My thought is also maybe that Ahsoka shows up in Mando and Grogu, and she just hasn't been revealed in the trailers. Again, pushing on that hype. But also another thought is, like, why do this now? Maybe because they weren't expecting Mando and Grogu to get the reception, but also they know how popular A, the show is, and B, how much people are willing to go watch Star Wars in the theater. So it doesn't make sense like Joe. Like
Joe.
Nerd. Every Star Wars fan looks like Joe. So every Joe out there.
Wait, hold on.
It's a compliment.
Was that a couple? Okay.
That's a compliment, man.
Okay.
So could be going off the hype, also, or it could just be something as simple as just done filming early. Maybe they didn't need to do reshoots. It's not impossible for them to have just been done early. A lot of shows get moved up. When was the original release? Season 2?
I will not say.
Yeah, I probably should have known that ahead of time. So, I assume, based off the wording, it was probably sometime in 2027. Probably mid-2027, if I had to guess. I think it's true.
Wrong. That was fake. Now, you get the bonus.
Yep.
Can you guess the real from the fake?
Okay, so you said that was moved to, I bet you one part of what I haven't talked about, or what you haven't talked about, trailer's not coming out soon. Is that the fake part? It is coming in late 2026. There's just not a trailer coming out soon. Big old goose egg.
That's a 0, my friend.
Lovely
That is
start.
that is a 0. That's not a 0. The real news is that Ahsoka season 2 has been delayed to early 2027, but was announced at a Disney conference ship enterprise that happened, or something, for like sponsors and investors and stuff. It was like an investors meeting, but it was more of a conference and not an actual like online kind of meeting. And Rosario Dawson did come out and say that because of the new leadership at Lucasfilm with Dave Filoni taking over, they had to halt production a little bit so he could resume his role as head and then come back for the show, because he is the showrunner and director and writer for season 2. So, but they did say that they are using this time to really perfect the lightsaber combat, because they heard from fans that it was a little slow. Because if you didn't know, in the first season of the Ahsoka, when she's in her dream world, seeing Anakin fighting, and Anakin is fighting Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka, they had to tell Anakin to slow down because Rosario Dawson was not as fast as Hayden Christensen with the lightsaber. They literally had to tell him to slow down. So they took that, and Rosario Dawson has come out and said that she had been training since the first season of Ahsoka, which was in 23, has been training to be faster with those lightsabers, but it is hard with double because it's a different form. You gotta learn how to do it. But she has not had a lot of roles since then, so this has been like a really big one. So I'm really hoping that she's taking this time to perfect, and that we won't have to have Hayden Christensen slow down, so that we can get full-on prime Anakin Skywalker, Vader, whatever his role is, because he is confirmed for season 2. If you didn't know that, Hayden Christensen is confirmed for season 2, as well as everybody else from the first season, and not I forget his name. Sadly, the guy who passed away at the end of filming season 1. He's been in a bunch of other stuff, but sadly he passed away. So they recasted him.
Ray Stevenson?
Yes. They recasted him because there's more to his story, and the guy that they recasted actually looks a lot like him, and so I'm really happy that they spent time, which is also a reason for why they delayed it so far back since 23, and we haven't had anything since then, is because they were taking their time to recast. Because they want to honor. You want to honor a fallen actor when you want more of his story. But apparently his story is worth telling if they were willing to recast and not just say that he was killed off screen. So, we shall see.
We shall see. All
but
right.
yes, first one, 0.
Not a good look so far.
Not a good look.
I completely just ignored that. Oh, hey, it could have just been delayed. Could just be the opposite of what you said.
Could have been. All right,
Was that
we're going.
one of the obvious ones or one of the not obvious ones?
I am not at liberty to say. Next one.
Like
We're sticking in the
FDA or a non-disclosure NDA, non-disclosure.
NDA. We're sticking in the Disney realm.
Yep.
Vision Quest will officially release in October 14th with a first look picture presented at the Disney conference with Paul Bettany, Tom Hiddleston, and RDJ presenting it.
You know what's so great about this one? Sorry, Ed, you're gonna have to censor this. Is Vision Quest? Oh wait, no. Yes. Okay, no.
We've talked about it a couple times.
It's the Vision solo show. That's right.
Yes.
I thought it was some weird ass game console or something that Disney was releasing.
No.
I got so okay. So Vision Quest coming out. When was it again?
October 14th. Presented
14th.
by Tom Hiddleston, Paul Bettany, and RDJ.
RDJ. Okay. It's weird. My initial thought, this is probably fake. That's not my final answer. It's probably fake because why would RDJ and Loki be there if, since there's reshoots for Endgame, I feel like any reshoots they have to do would include at least RDJ. But again, this is in October, so they're probably expecting reshoots to end by then. Well, so what does RDJ and Loki have to do with Vision Quest? Shouldn't it have been Vision and Wanda? Maybe Agatha, I'm saying their characters' names because I've forgotten their real names.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why Loki and RDJ? It doesn't make sense. But would you know, as Joe, put 2 fakes in a row? And my answer is probably yes, because you are trying to have me second guess myself. But do you know me enough to know that I second guess myself? I also have to think about the time. It's coming out late October. Seems on track since some more news has come out about it. I don't know what news. I've just seen more people have started talking about it, so it probably is coming out within the year. Would it be in October though? Seems a bit far away. No, though if it is just recently been announced, no trailers or anything have dropped, so it's actually probably about right. I'm gonna say false.
It was real.
Why RDJ and Hiddleston? That doesn't make sense.
Look at the image I just sent you.
They have nothing to do with Vision's story.
Just to
prove
that.
Hiddleston and
I'm
RDJ
being
are right
truthful.
there. No, that's them. Loki and Doom has nothing to do with Vision. I mean, maybe they're thinking of Iron Man, because Iron Man created Vision, because Vision used to be Jarvis, but
yeah,
that you would expect Wanda and Agatha. At least give.
Well, we do. That was a good guess too, because we know that both boys are supposed to show up in this show.
Oh,
both
we do.
Wanda Maximoff's kids are supposed to show up, Wiccan and Speed.
Yeah.
And both have powers, as we saw in Agatha all along. Billy Maximoff getting his powers of chaos magic, and then we know that Tommy Maximoff will have powers at some point, and they teased him in the show. That's where Billy was off to, so that's where this story picks off. And we know that Miss Marvel is going to show up eventually, and there are some rumors that Haley Steinfeld has been on set as well, so Kate Bishop also might show up.
So basically, there should have been a bunch of other actors in charge of presenting it than fucking RDJ and Hiddleston. Probably exaggerated. Than freaking RDJ and Hiddleston.
Or it's alluding to something that maybe this show is way more important than we think, and that has something to do with the God of Stories and Doctor Doom. Listen, Marvel is sneaky like this, and they'll just send up random presenters for sure. But also, Marvel knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
They have a plan. They planned Thanos all the way back in 2010. So, had to throw a curveball at you.
Yeah. No, that was a good curve. That I was not expecting that. So basically, what you're saying at this point is that I have to ace every other question in order to win.
Yes. So, should we dumb it down to 10 points to reach a threshold?
Yeah, I think we should dumb it down.
We're gonna
to
move
10,
it down to 10 points.
but that's the absolute minimum limit. Like, we're not moving down to 5. We're not moving it down to getting 1 point.
And if you start acing these next ones, I will move it back up.
Absolutely, yeah. Again, it's our game.
Or go middle down.
We can change it as we want.
I am the game master. I can do what I want. All right.
You bugged out for me, so all of a sudden I just see and you just froze.
All right.
So
Let's move on to our third one. Netflix is officially reimagining the One Piece manga into an all-new anime, more condensed and less episodes like the live action.
This one, I know, is true. They're making an abridged version of the anime/manga so that readers don't have to go through 2,000 episodes of anime to experience the story, to catch up to the story of One Piece. So,
Was that your final?
hold on, reread me the thing. I feel like there's a trick in there.
Netflix is officially reimagining the One Piece anime in an all-new version, which is more condensed, like the live-action show.
Hold on. Okay, I know they're making an abridged manga. I don't know if are they making an abridged anime alongside it? It'd be a lot of work. Animation's hard. If they're already making the anime and the live action, could they afford to make an abridged version of the anime as well as an abridged version of the manga? Or am I misremembering? They're not even coming out with the manga. It's the anime that they're abridging. You know what? I'm going to go with true, because at minimum I'm getting 2 points. At most I'm getting 2 points. At least I'm getting 1, because I know it's either the manga or the anime that's getting abridged. So I think it's true.
You are correct, my friend. They are making a brand new reimagining version of the anime based on the manga that Netflix is doing. That's going to be hour-long episodes, and it's going to cover a lot more of the manga than the actual show did.
Yep.
And get rid of a bunch of filler episodes and stuff and be more on the story.
Yeah, this one, like I said, I knew about. I actually knew about. I heard about, because that actually made me kind of want to watch the manga, because I was like, well, if the pacing issues in the filler episodes are going to be fixed, then might actually be a good watch. So yeah, that one I actually knew about.
Well done. I thought I was like, oh, he may actually know this one. I'm gonna throw it in there.
Yeah.
And also I thought I was like, what? They're making a show and a live action? That's gonna be a little much for Netflix. And then I was like, classic Netflix.
One Piece is one of the biggest manga franchises out there right now.
And it's blowing up on Netflix, so they gotta capitalize.
Live action is immensely popular.
Well, it's so good too.
So good.
It's so good.
They already have season 3 greenlit. I don't remember if they have season 4 greenlit at this point as well.
I'm pretty sure they're in the process pre-production for season 3.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna start filming here soon. Let's go to the next one. Matt Shakman, the director of Fantastic Four, will return to direct a sequel with more of a focused approach on Ben Grimm's story.
No date of release, no after Doom, when it takes place, none of it.
Nope, but it is said to be filling a open slot sometime in 28.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know, Marvel has specific slots that they plan their movies ahead, 5 years ahead, and it's just untitled. That way that they can move their movies around if they want, but they have certain slots, and that's what you do in the movie business. Is you reserve. It's like you reserve your seat for when you go watch a movie. They're reserving their movie slot for IMAXs and all that stuff.
So, my thought is that I know a lot of people's complaints, mine as well, was that Ben Grimm, you kind of sort of got his struggle. You got him flirting with that school teacher, and that was about it. He definitely needs more time to be fleshed out, so I could see them wanting to do a more 2028. It's not a long time between Fantastic Four, which was 25, and this, but 3 years you can get a lot done. Marvel's also super busy, especially with the Fantastic Four being in Doomsday. Is that enough time? Is that enough turnaround?
Doomsday, Secret Wars.
Yeah, so it'd be a tricky turnaround, especially since Ben's in both. I feel like also they'd have time to develop a story in either. But you didn't even give me the date to start. I had to ask for the date, so it makes me wonder if the date is even true. Or you made something up to throw me off. But does Marvel want to spend time to make a movie about a character that is sort of a side character to other characters' stories? They've done it before. Hawkeye is not the most popular Avenger, yet they made an entire show about him.
And it was great.
Some would say.
I would say. Alright, give me your final...
I need to give you an answer.
Final answer.
I'm gonna say it's false.
You are correct,
Yep.
my friend. You are correct. So, what is the truth behind this, then?
I don't think it's about Ben Grimm. It might be about... No, I feel like I said Ben Grimm, if anyone needs a... Was it a show or a movie?
It's a movie.
Movie.
Here, I'll repeat it for you.
Yeah.
Matt Shakman will return to direct a Fantastic Four movie with a more focused approach on Ben Grimm. Now, I have said it's false.
Yeah, so something in there is false. I don't think it's a movie. I could see it being a show, a mini-series of sorts. But I don't think it's a movie. I think that's the false.
Wrong.
Okay.
It's that Max Chapman is coming back to direct. He has said that he doesn't want to come back because he's done that and it's in the past.
But a movie about Ben Grimm is being made, just not
Nope, it's just...
with Jackman at the helm.
I just threw in the Ben Grimm to throw you off. But Matt Shakman is not coming back to make a sequel to the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the false.
Oh, that...
And
okay.
that's the false. And because he's not coming back, then everything else is also false.
Understood. I get what you mean then. Oh, so it's like the entire thing could just be false. It's not just like
Indeed.
one small detail of the false could be false.
No,
it's just it
like-
could be completely false.
Well, that's why I repeated it, because if you thought about, like, Matt Shakman's not returning to direct, so then it's like, then is there going to be a sequel?
Yeah.
Because we don't know. There is not confirmed sequel for the Fantastic Four, if you are wondering, audience.
Which would
There's
be a
not
shame.
confirmed. Which would be very shame. I hope that they come out with a sequel at some point in the future.
It's like Moon Knight.
Hopefully more on the kids.
I mean, it's like Moon Knight not getting a second season. You have gold right there. Like, just mine it, please.
I can say this because it's not in my list, but there are, like, it's not official reports, but there are rumored reports of Marvel greenlighting a Midnight Suns movie
Yes.
with Blade, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, and Ghost Rider being the main four. So, Marvel, please make that happen. I will give you every cent in my pocket.
All right. Should we move
All right.
on to number 5?
You have 3 points.
Number 5. Here we go. The Batman Part 2 will officially take place in the dead of summer with an emphasis on sand in the streets.
You know Batman. Gotham is such a beautiful place all year round. Summertime is gorgeous, and it's false. It's so false.
Okay.
It takes place in the dead of winter. Like,
Well done. I didn't know if we talked about it or not, but I had to throw in a fun.
even if so here's the thing. I've seen the actual report that takes place in the winter. I've seen the set photos. They look beautiful.
They look
So
awesome.
I know that was false. Even if I didn't know that was false, I would instantly have pinged out like, yeah, that's not real. That's
I said that there's a couple of easier ones.
yeah, which I appreciate. I need it.
Yeah.
Imagine a Gotham just like heat of the summer when every other story takes place in the winter or
Hey.
Halloween, fall time.
Sandman. They're
Yeah.
making a Clayface movie. What if, a version of Sandman for DC?
Possible.
Is there a version of Sandman in DC?
Do not believe so. Oh, yeah, there is. No, it's
No.
not.
Oh, okay.
No.
Maybe I'm thinking of like
Marvel
Hush
has
or something.
Marvel has Ant-Man.
Yeah. I'm mixing two universes.
Yes. When you're too lost in the nerd.
That happens sometimes. All right, moving on to the next one. Harry Potter Season 2 has been greenlit and will be starting film in the summer. I said that really weirdly.
I noticed it. I was going to point it out. Harry Potter Season 2 summer. I know Season 2 is greenlit. But also, filming in the summer? But I could also see them wanting to start filming early so they avoid the whole growing up too quick. But also, as Harry Potter, as long as they film at a year-by-year basis, that's not going to be a worry, right? Think of the films. Filming was done year by year, and you saw the kids grow up because they were going through the school year. So, But also, there's been a lot of backlash of shows not having younger kids stay young. I'm gonna say that's true. I know Season 2 is greenlit. Yeah.
You are correct.
Yeah.
They have been greenlit for Chamber of Secrets, even without Philosopher's Stone to come out. So it must be good. Some early screenings, investors are saying.
Or they just got a lot of hope.
Or someone is really backing them and has a lot of money, and they're like, yep, I want this show. I don't care if it gets good or if it gets money. I want this show.
Rowling.
Get on to filming. Yeah. JK.
This Sano. She's something crazy.
She's a little crazy. All right, let's go on to 7.
If I get this one right, do we want to bump it up to 15 again?
Yeah, I will decide. I may bump it up back to 15 because you've been getting them pretty good. The Lego Batman, the video game, Legacy of the Dark Knight has been pushed up to this Friday, the 15th of May.
Ooh. I know it's coming out soon. But is it coming out this Friday? I did see a Steam page recently. I've been getting a lot of news about its PC specs. Even says coming soon on Steam, so I know it's coming out. But is it this Friday? Friday is a good release date for games. A lot of people will be off work at a reasonable hour. They'll spend, and the weekends are coming up, so people will be spending time playing all weekend. It's not like it's being pushed up to like Monday or something. I'm gonna say it's true.
I'm sorry, but that's fake.
Dang. Is it not coming out this Friday?
Do you know the original release date? I'll give you an extra point if you know the original release
If
date.
I know the original release date, I don't know.
Okay. No, I'll give you the full 2 points. Because, no, it's not coming out this Friday. It's coming out the 22nd.
1 point.
No,
Because
you got it right.
I said it's true. It's false. But I guess that wasn't coming out on Friday, so it's 1 point.
Yeah, that's right. I don't even know my own game.
You don't even know your own game.
I'm terrible.
Okay. If we move it up to 15 now, then I couldn't win.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're going to leave it at 10, and I'm just going to hope that these really stump you.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Marvel has unveiled a new comic book series called Midnight, where beloved characters and teams are now embracing the horror genre.
Sorry. You did not enunciate horror, so... Sorry.
You heard the other word, yes, okay.
Yeah.
The horror genre.
It's not much
No.
better. It's
Horror.
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 horror. It's
The
that extra...
horror
There you go.
genre.
Yeah, it's not the horror genre.
Editor, use that one. Don't use my other ones.
Alright, so... Midnights. They already have...
Called Midnight.
Called
Yes.
Midnight. Which they already have a couple comics called Midnight Society, stuff like that. So that feels like a title that would trip over a lot of people's legs and a lot of feet. So there's that. Also, they've already done horror comics. They've done zombies. They've done horror, and there are some characters in the Marvel universe that are horror. Like, is it Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Marvel. Okay, just want to make sure. Yeah, something about this smells fishy. I'm gonna say it's false.
You are wrong.
Really?
This is true, and this was super surprising to me.
Yes.
So, Midnight was just unveiled, and it's going to be a new horror-centric universe with 3 comic books greenlit and coming out. Midnight X-Men. The X-Men no longer fight for acceptance; they hunger for blood. Midnight Fantastic Four. They venture into the unknown, not to save the world, but to unleash terror upon it. Midnight Spider-Man. With great power comes something monstrous.
Yep. They had to do Spider-Man one. Spider-Man, yeah.
So,
Alright.
this is true. I will show you the super cool cover art for the X-Men one.
Ooh, is that I know his name. Nightcrawler? On the
Yes,
cover?
it is.
Yes.
Nightcrawler and Storm, for those watching. Focus. There we go. That is the official revealed comic for the X-Men, and that will be coming out in August, Fantastic Four in September, and Spider-Man in October. So, Marvel has seen that DC is doing well with its Absolute universe
Yep.
coming back, and people are getting back into comics and reading it, and so
God,
Marvel's
the
like,
Absolute universe.
hey, let's do something kind of like that and do something completely different, horror-centric, and totally new designs. As you saw, Storm has the different, she almost looks like a vampire, so
I didn't
I don't know.
recognize a Storm at first.
I know, I didn't either. And then I looked at the white hair, and she has her crown that she usually has in some of the comics, and so this is going to be really interesting. I'm excited to see what they do with Fantastic Four and Spider-Man.
Right? I mean, Fantastic Four, cosmic horror, classic, I love it. Spider-Man, monstrous, yeah. X-Men being vampires, that's interesting.
Yes. So, I don't know. And then I'm also wondering, like, are they going to make this, like, are there going to be heroes in this universe, or is it just going to be that this world is just a horror-centric, like, universe?
Or are we going to try and make heroes out of these characters? Are you going to try and make heroes out of Monster Spider-Man?
Yes. Is this going to be like a redemption kind of
Yeah.
universe or stuff? Or is this going to be a universe where they can completely introduce new characters to fight these originals?
Yeah, there hasn't been new superheroes in the Marvel Universe in a while.
Not a lot. And this would be a great opportunity to do it, but also telling a different side of the hero story in a different universe. So,
Yeah.
I saw this and I was like, sweet, this looks cool. I will be checking that out. Number 9. So, with the ending of season 2 of Daredevil, Charlie Cox has slipped on an interview saying that he was pretty busy filming in between seasons 3 of Daredevil and other shows. Possibly saying that he is in Spider-Man.
Huh. Now this one is weird, because Charlie Cox is usually super careful with spoilers. A lot of these Marvel actors are usually very careful with spoilers. Spider-Man, Tom Holland is one of the few who you can point to and be like, don't trust him. But even he nowadays has been super careful with spoilers. So this is a type of slip up that I don't see Charlie doing. But also, it could just not be about Spider-Man. Charlie Cox is just an actor. Like, he's not just a Marvel actor. He is just an actor. So it very well could have just been like he's been busy between season 3 of Daredevil and also another project from a completely different director in a world that's not even Marvel. So, I want to say it's true. He did say it, but it wasn't about Spider-Man. So I think that just means that it's true.
So you're saying real?
I'm saying it's real.
Sorry, but it's fake.
Really? Okay, what was fake about it? Let me think about it. So, let's think about it. Could the interview just not have happened? Season 2 of Daredevil is what just finished. Yeah, so that makes sense. Season 3 just recently got announced to be 1 year after Season 2. I'm gonna say it wasn't Charlie Cox who said it. It was another actor. That's what's false about it, is that it wasn't Charlie Cox.
Wrong. While they are filming season 3 right now, no, you still get a point because you.
No, I said it was true. It was wrong, and I got the fact wrong about why it was wrong. So 0.
I thought you said it was fake, and so it was.
No, I said it's true. I
Yeah,
said that.
it's true.
Yeah.
You're right. Sorry. They're filming season 3 right now.
Yep.
And they're finishing up in July or maybe June or something like that. But he has been getting bombarded. Nope.
Bombarded. There it is.
Bombarded. I can't speak, guys. If you remember my TSA from the beginning. About showing up in Spider-Man, and he has confidently said that he is not in Spider-Man, even though he would love to see a Spider-Man and Daredevil team up.
Even though I don't believe what he says for a second.
No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
No.
He's showing up, and I'm going to cheer and go nuts when he shows up.
Yeah. Like, I think he's lying, obviously. But
That's what he's paid to do, to lie.
Exactly. Everyone's like, oh no, he said he wasn't in it. It's like, yeah, of course he said he wasn't in it. He wants to keep the fans from being spoiled.
Don't you remember the last Spider-Man movie? Andrew Garfield, are you in the movie? No, I'm not in the... Marvel has never called me ever since they dropped my movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he's right.
No.
What? He showed up! Yeah.
He had one of the best emotional scenes in the movie. Of course he was there.
I loved it. Now I need another Amazing Spider-Man 3. Let's move on to the final one.
All right.
So hopefully you haven't seen anything about this. If you get this fully right, you get it. You win. You get the first pick for our next draft. Mortal Kombat 2 has debuted with a 61% on Rotten Tomatoes, making it the highest rated Mortal Kombat movie out of all 4, and with an audience score of 90%, also marking it as the highest audience score of all 4 Mortal Kombat since the 80s.
Yes.
80s.
80s. So there's a couple things that this could be. You currently have 5 falses that I've guessed and only 4 real. So did you do a perfect 50-50 split and do 5 reals and 5 false? Or did you think that'd catch on and you did an extra fake, 6 fakes and 4 real? Another thing, 60% score on Rotten Tomatoes is not great. So it'd be surprising if that was the highest since the is the highest Mortal Kombat movie ever. So I think that was the wording you used. 90% audience, I think sounds right. Yeah, I think 90 audience sounds right, because audience scores are infamously generous. I'm gonna say it's false. I'm gonna think you did 6 falses and 4 real. I think it's false.
I'm sorry, my friend, but that was real.
You did the 5-5 split.
Real. It is the highest rated Mortal Kombat movie ever, both Rotten Tomatoes and audience score. So, and I can concur. I went and watched that movie. You can also find that on our Instagram as well, my first reactions. But that was a really good movie, and it was way better than the first one, because this is Mortal Kombat 2. They heard everything that everybody hated about the first one, and they were like, okay, cool. We heard you. Now watch this. And people went and watched it, and they were like, yep. Yep, I love it. I love it. And I think a lot of people you go into the movie assuming that it's all about Johnny Cage, like he's like the main character and stuff, and actually he's not, which I loved. He is not really the main character, and you go in there like, all right, here we go, Johnny Cage's story. Nope, not Johnny Cage's story. He's like the second character that you get to know on, and you get to know him pretty well, and you follow his story, but actually it's more of a Katana story.
I was gonna say Katana.
And she kind of pops up out of nowhere, and especially if you've only just watched the trailers and stuff, and you're like, all right, it's Johnny Cage, this looks good, we'll follow him. And then you start following this, like, ninja girl, and you're like, this is sweet. She's pretty cool. And honestly, her story is way better than Johnny Cage's and stuff. After, like...
Katana, I remember Katana being a very interesting character in the games and previous films.
Yeah, for, like, you know, she's hell-bent on revenge, and like she's fighting for the bad guys, but then she really just wants to fight for the good guys. She's trying to get out of really an abusive relationship, and so there's that message in there, relying on friends and family that betray her, realizing that she needs to fight for what she believes in, for her people, family, and stuff, all of that. So it's very good. And I mean, while the story is not super important, it's just there to help you follow along with stuff. The combat, the fighting was amazing. And if you look at any reviews or like any reels, they will show you a single fight of the guy in the hat and a guy with the fire, and that was probably one of the best fights I've seen on movie screen. It was like almost 5 to 10 minutes long of just constant fighting, and it was good fighting. Like, it wasn't like cheap, stunt, like camera tricks and stuff. Like, this was legit fighting, and it was awesome. So you can see more of that at my instant reaction stuff. But more importantly, Quinn, you lost.
I lost.
You lost.
I give it a fair shot.
You got a total of 8 points, but those last 3 just messed you up.
Yep.
Had to save my best for last.
There's a couple of them where it's like, oh yeah, if I thought about it a little harder, that makes sense.
Yeah. Once you hear the real news, you're like, oh yeah, okay, I can see that.
But
I understand.
But when just given the fake news, and I started overthinking like 4 or 5 of them. Yeah. I was gonna say loses with 1 arrow, or 1 0. Oh, Jesus Christ.
0.
Editor, blow it up.
No.
Blow it up. Editor, blow it up.
No.
Loses with 1 0. There it is.
Yeah. So, thank you for joining us for Real or Fake. We may do this again in the future and maybe swap it, but we shall see what happens with that.
Maybe I show you or tell you the plots. Ooh, that'd be a fun game. I'm not going to spoil it for the fans. I want to talk to you about it in private.
We'll talk about it later. So, let's get into what are we watching, playing, reading, gaming.
Yes.
You start us off.
Yeah, you didn't even tell me. I just got right into it. I am playing through No Man's Sky because I felt like doing a space journey because I like space and space is cool. And I started thinking about it because I don't know if you want us to reveal what we're working on.
Nope.
Nope.
Not yet.
Nope. So I just felt like doing a space journey. So I've been playing No Man's Sky. After finals are done, I'll finally get around to finishing some shows that I've been behind on. But until then, I have been couch potatoing, watching YouTube, and playing No Man's Sky. How about yourself, Joe? Anything you've been watching that you want to bring up?
Well, I did mention this earlier, or I said I wanted to bring up the most recent animated Star Wars show, Maul Shadow Lord. I just finished it. The final episode came out last week, and I was like, perfect, now I'm going to watch it, because a lot of times with these animated shows, it's one story spanned across 10 episodes, but like with the animated shows, it's just it while it's not condensed, it's like spread out between the 10 episodes, and so I really just want to watch all of them in order and not really have to wait a week after week, because the episodes know what they're doing and they leave you off on terrible cliffhangers, and it's like, no. Especially episode 9 when Darth Vader just appears and just aura farms, stands there and ignites his lightsaber, and you just go, oh. So I finished that show earlier this week, and I could not stop giggling at the Vader fight versus Maul and the references, and just, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. I did not think we could reach animation peak, but this show did. So what happened in the show, and I'm going to give you a little tidbit because I just found this out, that the animators, they hired background color designers and stuff, and watercolored the backgrounds and the scenes of the show, then gave it to the animators. The animators then overlaid it with their animation, so everything you see in the animation has been hand-drawn and watercolored, and it shows in the show.
As it says, show.
When you watch it, like, there's just a different sense of style compared to like Clone Wars and Bad Batch. Like, the colors kind of overlap over the lines of stuff. The lightsabers almost like bleed out of the screen and like into the background and the atmosphere. There's a fog scene with Darth Vader, and the fog just looks like the most drawn, watercolored, swirling, but it's animated, and you're like, how the frick do you do that? And so I went on a research scheme and found that they hand-drawn the backgrounds, the characters and stuff, and then the animators put it in their program and just kind of overlaid it and then animated those drawings. And so you could say whatever you want about AI, but Lucasfilm is not even getting close to that stuff, because this was the peak of animation, human animation, and I implore anybody who is a Star Wars fan or just an interest in just animation or art, go watch this, because this was so cool.
And the fact that it's being celebrated as well is a big thing, because you brought up
Oh,
AI.
It's being
like,
brought up everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, well, look at what happens when you actually take time and effort and love into your creation. People realize it, people love it. People will eat it up. The second you use AI and start half-assing your projects is the moment you lose so many fans, because it just doesn't look good. Not only is it morally not good, it just doesn't look good.
No, and your eyes can sense it. But when your eyes can sense that, it's just like I said, when I was watching that fog move, it's just like, you're like, what is that? Is amazing. Like, you're not like, oh, that looks weird, or like, that looks strange. It's just like,
Yeah, it's like, why is it moving like that? No,
how is that? How is that doing that? That's like something from like art, like an art book or an art gallery. And honestly, it reminded me a lot of like Arcane from Netflix, how like you could pretty much take any image from that show and make it a wallpaper, because of how awesome that show with the animation style and the artistic expression of the show was. This is Star Wars' response to that. So everybody, go watch it. They're 20-minute episodes. There's 10 of them. Like, they will have you giggling if you like anything of Darth Vader. Like, I need a Darth Vader animated show in that style. And again, Star Wars, I will sell you my wallet.
Your left kidney.
My left kidney is yours if you do it. Give me a prime Darth Vader show with that style, and I will live at Star Wars and give you whatever you want. Okay, rant over. That's it. That's what I've been watching.
Nice. Well then.
So Quinn, go watch it. Audience, go watch. Go watch them all.
Give me a couple weeks. Finals,
I will give you a week. I told you, it's 20-minute episodes.
I don't have 20 minutes. I have finals. And midterms.
Well, right when you get into bed, instead of doom scrolling, watch a 20-minute episode.
Well, then I'll want to watch more.
Exactly.
And then I'll be up at like 2 o'clock when I have to wake up at 6 for classes.
Yep.
That doesn't sound fair.
No, it doesn't. So that is it from us. Let's see. What is our movie next week, Quinn? Did you have any recommendations?
Not that I can think of at the current moment.
Or did we want to do another episode of doom scrolling?
Oh?
Our next movie is Hulk.
Ah. Yes.
Yeah?
Let's do Hulk.
Okay.
I forgot Doom Scrolling was the name for our marathon.
Our marathon, our Doomsday Marathon. So,
Yeah.
our next movie next week, because Quinn hasn't seen any of the newest movies that are out in theaters right now, so we can't really talk about them or review
Because
them.
I can't really see them because the nearest movie theater is like an hour, 2 hour walk.
But we'll get to a point where you can. But
Yes.
in the meantime, your homework, our next movie, will be the second episode of Doom Scrolling, our Doomsday Marathon runway. So the next one is Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, which is Marvel canon.
Yes.
Despite what everybody else says, it is. Go watch it.
Was it from 02?
No, 09
Oh,
with
08.
Edward Norton. The
08,
Incredible
09.
Hulk. It's
The
called
Incredible-
The Incredible Hulk. So that is our next movie. We will be reviewing that next week, and anything else that comes up, you can find us at our Instagram at Part of My Geek Pod. That's where you can find me and Quinn. That's where you can find our first reactions of movies. Quinn will probably send in his after watching the Hulk movie, just because he probably hasn't seen this movie.
No. So I'll definitely send mine to the Instagram.
Yes. So you can expect that next week. So,
Yes.
Quinn, why don't you take us out?
All right. Whoop. This has been Part of My Geek Podcast. I've been Joe. I've been Quinn. That's been Joe.
I've been Quinn, and he's been Joe.
We regret nothing. Thank you for listening to Part of My Geek. Later.
Peace out.